Hello, today I'll be talking about Flygon, the second of two ground dragon-type Pokémon. As of the filming of this, the other being its pre-evolution Vibrava, who evolves from Trapinch and evolves into Flygon at level 45. Flygon's previous PYC dates are January 21st, 1997, November 21st, 1999, September 2nd, 2002, June 23rd, 2005, April 13th, 2008, February 2nd, 2011, November 23rd, 2013, September 13th, 2016, July 5th, 2019, and April 25th, 2022. I like Flygon and its design. I think it's clever to combine a dragon and a winged insect. Up until a few years ago, I'd always thought that its eye covers were its eyeball, and that the eyeball was just its pupil, as I'd only ever seen its official image as smaller images in books, and its sprite on small screens. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Flygon, the mystic Pokemon, whose number is 0330. This is what it looks like. Its type is Ground Dragon, ability Levitate, gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 45 or 11.9%, breeding is egg groups Bug and Dragon in Gen 8+, hatch time 20 cycles, height is 6'7" or 2 meters, weight is 180.8 pounds or 82 kilograms, base experience yield is 197 in Gen 3 through 4, and 234 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium slow, EV yield is 3, 1 in attack, 2 in speed, shape is that, footprint is that, Pokedex color is green, and base friendship is 70. Flygon is a dual-type ground/dragon Pokemon introduced in Gen 3. It evolves from Vibrava, starting at level 45, it is the final form of Trapinch. Biology, Flygon is a Pokemon that resembles a slightly insectoid bipedal dragon. It is primarily light green and has a pair of large rhombus-shaped wings with red trim, toeless hind legs, and skinny arms with 3 clawed hands. Flygon's tail has several dark green stripes and 3 small green rhombus shapes with red trims at the end. It has large eyes and a pair of green antennae that point back. Its eyes have red covers that prevent sand from getting into them. With its wings, it kicks up sandstorms to hide itself. Its wings make a singing sound when they are flapped, earning Flygon the name the Desert Spirit. It uses this unique ability to attract prey, stranding them before it attacks. Flygon lives in the desert, and it typically works together with Crocodile in search for food, whipping up sandstorms for Crocodile to hide in as they hunt, then splitting the prey that they manage to catch. Evolution. Flygon evolves from Vibrava and is the final form of Trapinch, so Trapinch, Vibrava, Flygon. Game data, Pokedex entries. In Gen 3 in Ruby, Flygon is nicknamed the Elemental Spirit of the Desert. Because its flapping wings whip up a cloud of sand, this Pokemon is always enveloped in a sandstorm while flying. Sapphire, Flygon whips up a sandstorm by flapping its wings. The wings create a series of notes that sound like singing, because the singing is the only thing that can be heard in a sandstorm. This Pokemon is said to be the Desert Spirit. Emerald, the flapping of its wings sounds like singing. To prevent detection by enemies, it hides itself by flapping up a cloud of desert sand. Fire Red and Leaf Green, it hides itself by kicking up desert sand with its wings. Red covers shield its eyes from sand. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, it whips up sandstorms with powerful flaps of its wings. It is known as the Desert Spirit. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it is nicknamed the Desert Spirit because the flapping of its wings sounds like a woman singing. In Gen 5, Black and White is Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum's Black 2 and White 2, known as the Desert Spirit. This Pokemon hides in the sandstorms it causes by beating its wings. In Gen 6, X is Fire Red and Leaf Green's entry. Y is Black 2 and White 2's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Flygon and Pokemon another correct casing, and the quotation marks are straight instead of curled, although that might just be a Bulbapedia thing, I don't know. In Gen 7, in Sun, the flapping of its wings sounds something like singing. Those lured by the sound are enveloped in a sandstorm, becoming Flygon's prey. Moon, this Pokemon hides in the heart of sandstorms it creates and seldom appears where people can see it. Ultra Sun, by flapping their wings, Flygon causes sandstorms that conceal Crocodile. The team then splits the prey they catch. Ultra Moon, people continue to have their hearts stolen by its enchanting songs and find themselves stranded in the desert. In Gen 8, Sword is Moon's entry. Shield is basically Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry, but the before desert is now lowercased, and the quotation marks are gone. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl are basically Diamond Pearls, but the is now lowercased, and the quotation marks are gone. In Gen 9, Scarlet is basically Black 2, White 2, and Y's entry, but the before desert is now lowercased and the quotation marks are gone. Violet, the sounds of its wings flapping resembles singing. Those entranced by the sound get lured into a sandstorm and become Flygon's prey. Flygon in the Alola Pokedex, and Flygon, the Blueberry Pokedex. It's flying above some Trapinch here, that's kinda sweet. Game locations. Side game locations. And events. Held items. Flygon was available to be traded for in My Pokemon Ranch only as part of an online event. So in My Pokemon Ranch, it has the Yache Berry 100% of the time. Stats. Base stats, HP 80, attack 100, defense, special attack, and special defense 80, speed 100, for a total of 520. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, flying, bug, ghost, steel, water, grass, psychic, and dark. Weak to ice for 4, and dragon and fairy for double. Immune to ground and electric, resistant to poison, rock, and fire, all for half. Notes that this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of electric-type moves is half, so go from 0 to half. If gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball, or is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The opponent has the ability Mold Breaker, Turbo Blaze, or Terravolt, or this Pokemon is affected by Gaster Acid, or this Pokemon's ability is replaced. The effectiveness of ground-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up. We'll do these move reminders here, and then go down to level 45. Okay, I guess we're also doing this Evo here. By move reminder, Bite, Fissure, Dig, Crunch, Superpower, Astonish, Dragon Dance, and Faint. Upon evolution, it gets Dragon Claw, 52 Uproar, 60 Dragon Rush, and 68 Boom Burst. By TM we're skipping. By breeding we're skipping. Nothing by prior evolution. TCG only moves. Wing Attack on this card. Side game data. You got all this. Pokemon Ranger, the browser entry. Flygon flies almost faster than the eye can follow. It whips up gusts of wind. In Shadows of Volmia, it flies around while letting loose supersonic waves and shock waves. You got all this. Okay. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure, the Pokepark Pad entry. Flygon guards the gate in the Granite Zone. Have you learned the secret words that open it? My, can that Flygon fly high? And Salamence air race. All this. In new Pokemon Snap, the Photodex entry. It sure was a surprise when Flygon suddenly appeared out of that huge sandstorm. The flapping of Pokemon's wings sounds like singing, and those who have heard it call Flygon the Desert Spirit. Costumes in Pokemon Go. You get the Meloetta hat. Kind of fun. It's based on the Pokemon Meloetta. Evolution data. Trapinch, level 35 Vibrava, level 45 Flygon. Sprites here, so probably a little different colors, but more or less the same. These wings, or at least this wing here, looks to be a lot smaller. Probably a lot of it's more compressed or whatever, you know. And this is blue and orange. That's interesting. Orange probably going back to Trapinch, but the blue is interesting. Yep, and then Gen 4. These wings seem to be a lot longer now. Colors are a little bit different, I think, particularly the darker green. This blue is a lot, yeah, definitely a different blue. It seems to be a different orange as well. Full back sprites in Gen 5. Looks like they changed the green again. Blue is basically the same. Feet might change a little bit, but not too much. Gen 6, you got the models. There's a lot lighter blue now. Different orange, probably different red and greens and stuff. And Gen 7, not much changes. Pretty good models, I'd say. Sword and Shield, you got the better models. Homes, you got these models. Other sprites, Emerald's intro sprite and animation, Flygon and Pokemon Journeys the series. Ghost Flygon is the big one. Other, you got all that. Pokedex entries in Advanced Generation, episode 123 in Ash's Pokedex. Flygon, the Mystic Pokemon. Flygon is the evolved form of Vibrava. It's known as the Desert Spirit. Because of the song-like voice that emanates from the sandstorms it kicks up. In Journeys, episode 36, in goes Rotophone. Flygon, the Mystic Pokemon, a ground and dragon type. Flygon has been called the Desert Spirit. With its powerful wings, it creates sandstorms to hide in. Pokemon Twilight Wings, Flygon and Pokemon Twilight Wings. In the manga, Flygon and Pokemon Adventures. You got all this in the TCG. Trivia. I read this first point in the Xatu video. I read the second point, basically, in the Trapinch video, but not the sub-point, so I'll read it. Despite this, each of Flygon's base stats are exactly 30 points greater than those of its pre-evolved form. Flygon's effort value yield of 1 attack and 2 speed is unique. According to Ken Sugimori in his interview in the April 2015 issue of Nintendo Dream Magazine, Flygon was intended to get a Mega Evolution in Pokemon X and Y, but the idea was later dropped due to him experiencing an artist's block. I read this 5th point in the Trapinch video, and I read this final point in the Vibrava video. Origin. Flygon appears to be based on the winged adult stage of the antlion. Oftentimes, the adult antlion and dragonfly are confused with one another, and Flygon could draw inspiration from both. In fact, some species of dragonflies are commonly called sand dragons, which could account for Vibrava and Flygon's type combination. In keeping with its dragon type, it also possesses a dragon-like build and reptilian features such as its arms and tail. Its goggle-like lenses hiding a small eye could be inspired by mantids and similar insects, which have large compound eyes with pseudo-pupils, commonly mistaken for a true pupil. The singing sound which this Pokemon produces and its connection to sand could be inspired by singing sand. Name origin, Flygon may be a combination of fly and dragon, or an inversion of dragonfly. In other languages, references, related articles, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Flygon's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. In this film, Ash Ketchum, the main character, his traveling companions Brock, May, and Max, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu, and Diane, a woman they've met on this adventure, are bringing Jirachi, a legendary Pokemon that was taken from their home, back to their home, which is this area here, and a bunch of Pokemon are looking to see what's going on. Yep. There's the Flygon. And that is Flygon's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's watch Flygon's scenes in Detective Pikachu. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I like to call it, Detective Flygon, as it's only the frames with Flygon to the best of my ability. So you can see the Flygon here in this poster. This is the only way that Flygon appears. So in this film, Tim Goodman, the main character, has come to Rhyme City, a city where humans and Pokemon coexist, after finding out that his father, Harry Goodman, a police detective, has died in a car crash. He's come to his dad's apartment, and he's entering this room that's set up like a childhood bedroom, like it was his childhood bedroom, because his father wanted him to live there, but he decided to stay with his grandmother instead. So you got Tim here.
Made it look like my childhood room.
Now we've cut to much later in the film. Tim has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu with amnesia, who is Harry's police partner. And he's sort of investigating this room for clues about his past. And he's like talking about how his dad set this up like his childhood bedroom.
Talk about the fact that your childhood bed is a Pikachu bed. I'm sorry, can you speak up? I can't hear you. There's a connection.
So he's talking about how the posters and Pokemon cards and other stuff that he has that's related to Pokemon. Like there's a connection to that.
Isn't there? No.
So he's talking about how like he likes Pokemon. He's saying like no, and that was
before my father moved to this city and spent more time with Pokemon than his own son.
She could be a lead.
So he has a picture of his mom.
She's not.
Yeah. He's talking about how she couldn't be a lead because she's dead. Anyway, that is Flygon's scenes in Detective Pikachu. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Flygon. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Now we're starting fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Flygon. So we've got Flygon Study by Estrin. It's this cool stylized Flygon here. Kind of makes the wings seem more like, I don't know, like parachutes, like material. I don't know. Very interesting. And we got Pokemon Flygon by All0412. So it looks like this Flygon flying in a storm here. It's really cool looking. And we've got Number 330 by Ivan Zhang. So it looks to be from, well, 2016, but depending on how they do their dates, it's either April 1st, 2016 or January 4th, 2016. This interesting Flygon here, very muscular for some reason. It's got like different kind of claws, I guess, and yeah, very interesting. Looks to be doing like a, sandstorm. Very interesting. And we got Flygon by Fox Eve. So this interesting, slightly stylized Flygon here. Very interesting pose, very interesting colors. I kind of like them. And we got Flygon by Skya. This interesting, stylized Flygon here. Almost looks like a sketch of a Flygon, like a old journal or something. Almost kind of looking like how someone might have imagined the Flygon to have looked like if they had only gotten like fossils or something. Very interesting. Then we got Flygon by Purple Nymphy. So this cute Flygon. I'm assuming an actual antlion. That's very cute. Then you got Some Dragons by Lazy Amphi. So a Flygon and a Salamence sharing a drink. onto the stars, watching like shooting stars and stuff. It looks like it's from 2015. Yes. Very well done. Then we've got Pokemon Flygon by Mark 331, so it seems to be in this sort of fighting pose. Maybe getting ready to do something. That's very interesting. This looks to be from 2010. Then we've got Flygon by Mine Soup. So, Sour Beefio, I guess. I don't know, maybe that was their old name. This interesting, like, profile pic, I guess, of Flygon here. Just stars, cute stars and stuff, yeah. Very well done. Then we've got Pokesember, Day 15, Favorite Dragon Type by Captain Pika. So, it looks to be from 2016 here. And this cool Flygon here, yes. Very well done. Then we've got Commission, Will You Be My Mate by Cory Orodondo. This very cute image here, so looks to be a daily deviation. But it's a seal, I guess, proposing to a Gudra with a clam pearl, probably just another, like the pearl of the clam pearl. There's a couple Wingull, a Pelipper, the Flygon here, another Wingull, 3 other seals, Slowpoke, Weasel, another Slowpoke, Psyduck, and a Vaporeon here. Yeah, they're doing the splash here, very, very cute. Like the colors. Then we got Flygon by Ruth Tay, a sort of more realistic Flygon here. Very interesting interpretation of its wings. Yeah, I like it. Then we got Flygon by Arvelis, speaking of more realistic. So if you aren't aware, Arvelis worked on Detective Pikachu film, made it a little more realistic style, but we also did this one yesterday, but we can do it again. So we got the Flygon here by Brava, Trapinch, eating some Pokemon probably. Cacnea here, a Sandshrew, Scraggy, and Dwebble or Crustle here. Yes. Very well done. Then we've got Flygon by Anna Punda. This cute Flygon here. Yeah. And then we got Vibrava, Trapinch, and Flygon by Francis John. Another one we did yesterday, but we can do it again. So, looks to be a Flygon and a Vibrava, kind of shocked by this shiny Trapinch here. Then we got Flygon by Kenket. So this interestingly slightly stylized Flygon here. Yes. Very well done. I like the kind of paint style. Then we got Day 3 Flygon by Glass Moth. So this flying Flygon here. Just sort of flying above the area. Maybe its own territory. I don't know. Yes. Very well done. Then we got Request Flygon's Dragon Pulse by E. Crystallica. So this cool Flygon flying and then using Dragon Pulse, I guess. Kind of like the style, very manga-esque, I guess. Then we've got Day 11 Ground Flygon by Rock Bomber. So this Flygon, just in sort of the sandstorm, I guess. And it seems to be from, again, I don't know, depending on how they write their dates. It could be, there's a few options here. December 11th, 2013, November 12th, 2013, November 13th, 2012, or December 13th, 2011. Flygon by Skeletal. So this interesting sign of Flygon here. Just more sketch style, I guess. It's very well done. Then we got Flying by Bokure Riai. So you got the whole line here. You got Trapinch and Vibrava just flying normally. Then we got the Trapinch here having to fly with balloons. It's very cute. Then we've got Flygon and Gaburius, Garchomp commission by Autobot Tesla. So I got this Garchomp here, maybe Garburius, this might be a name. And then the Flygon, him fighting, yes, I think they're fighting, or they're just meeting in this sandstorm area. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell. Then we've got Flygon Sandstorm by Ishman. So doing the move, but there's also a Trapinch in the background. That's very cute. Then we've got Flygon by N Divinity. So a more realistic Flygon here. More dragon-like, I'd say. This is the end of the page here of results. So we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I've talked about Kecleon before it can evolve Vibrava into Flygon. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Cacnea. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.